Things I have right now are investments. Like the vehicles I have, like, are investments, bro. Right now, when I go out on dates, bro, I swear to you, bro, like, I don't even pay. I let them pay, or else I won't go out on a date. All my dollars right now are investments, bro. Like, they go straight into product, poster, anything that's gonna make me money again, anything, because I know that being an artist is a bitch, dog. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I'm always investing in myself so I can keep moving forward. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Even this dinner right now is an investment, bro, because you yourself, I know somehow, some way, we're gonna do more business.
Oh, absolutely.
Does that make sense? Like somehow we're gonna do more. Like, I don't know.
So tell me a little bit how you got started in the business.
I was actually always a business person. You see those little kids yesterday that came and hustled the chocolate? That was me, bro. That was me. I've always been a little hustler, bro. And I actually, in my 20s, look, I'm gonna tell you a little story, bro. I was in special ed. My next album, the album you're on, is called Special Ed Kid. That's the album you're on, okay? I was in special ed, bro. I graduated high school not knowing how to read, write, or spell. True story, and I'm not embarrassed about it. I talk about it in my music. I actually have kids that follow me because they have special need problems, and they're like, they ask me for codes. Hey, really, is this true, or are you just saying it? Nah, it's true. And I give them the codes because there's codes in life how to get by, you know, because like normal kids fucking excel in a certain way, but special ed kids excel in a different way. So I tell them the little secrets, like a video game, the codes, right? But anyways, what I'm trying to say is,
it's deep.
I'm telling you right now. That's why Carlos replied to me when I first reached out. When I told him my life story, my story gets deep, you know. But check this out. In my 20s, I always thought I was stupid. But then when I got into high school, actually no, 7th grade, I became an amazing skater. Like, I'm not exaggerating, bro. I can show you footage. Amazing skater. I was doing tricks that people couldn't even do. Like, I'll show you some footage, and that gave me confidence. Like, damn, I'm better than all these motherfuckers. I sucked at football and everything else, but I'm like a badass inline rollerblader, you know? And then when I got to high school, my brother, he sold me on the idea is, you're going to be the biggest pimp here. And he was a club promoter, like one of the biggest LA club promoters in LA. And he goes, you're going to be the biggest pimp, you're going to have all the bitches. And he sold me on the idea, so I believed it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to have all the bitches, you know? He goes, this is what you're going to do. Look, I'm going to tell you what my brother told me, dog. He told me, this is what you're going to do. He goes, you're going to get all the pretty boys from every school. I'm going to be a freshman in high school. You're going to get all the pretty boys from all the districts. You're going to start your own crew. He had his own crew. You're going to start your own promotional team, and you're going to be the main head. So I started a crew called Groove Function, okay? Groove Function, okay? And we were just a bunch of little playboys, dog. We had all the bitches, dog. We had game with all the hoes, you know? So I was the head of all these motherfuckers that were able to flip pussy all day long. So guess what? So my crew was just a bunch of pretty boys, dog. So when we're doing clubs, we were stacking these places, thousands of people. You know who's part of my camp that you probably heard his name? That he hires Bash all the time right now. Bobby D. Look into it. Bobby D. He was part of my camp in the promotional team. We used to do a club called Strawberry Sundays. He was one of the promoters there. So you could confirm it if you ever run into him. Legit story. But my crew were one of the biggest teams there. We were doing everything in LA, all the biggest clubs. But anyways, what I'm getting to, I had so much success with females, and I couldn't read, dog. And that gave me confidence.
Hi, how are you?
Nobody knew I had to go to a little class at the corner, hidden away in the classes. You know what I'm saying? I had all these bitches, and I couldn't read. But it gave me confidence. Wait a minute, like, and I speak about it in my music, like when I cheated with my girlfriends and everything, because I felt that was my glory, that was my shine. You know, that was the only thing I was good at. That's the only reason I did it. That's why I cheated on my amazing girlfriends I had, because that's the only thing I was good at. And then in my 20s, fast forward, I got into real estate. My brother still does real estate, and 21, I bought my first house, bro. Made over $60,000. I was banking and had all the money in the world, bro. Had all the toys, cars, and everything, but I wasn't satisfied. I was meant to be an artist, even though there's not that much money. I'm an artist, dog. You know. And there's more in between by that, but I've always been a hustler from day one. Making money was not a problem. That's why artistically, I somehow bring the business aspect to it. Does that make sense? I've always made money, you know? Even I was a kid from the gutter, like straight up. My goal right now is to somehow get to a level where, like, I don't have to depend on record labels or movie companies to hire me. Yes, I work for people as an actor, but my goal is to make my own movies. My goal is to make my own albums. Right now, my projects are my projects, you know? You see, I do that shit, like, I'm looking to go to a whole fucking other level. It doesn't have to be me, but right now it is me. I'm the guinea pig right now. I'm learning the game through me right now. But later on, bro, I might be like a, you know, like, I don't know, like P. Diddy, where I'm just finding artists. I don't know, dog. But right now I'm the guinea pig. I'm learning with me.
Using yourself.
And I'm confident that I'll make money anywhere I go, dog. Anywhere. Anywhere.
So, I know you told this story before. How did you hook up with SPM?
So, I wrote him a story. I told him everything, the whole special ed thing, the whole leaps and bounds of making money over $60,000 in 1 month. At one point, I was making $20,000 to $30,000 a month, bro. True story. I got the paychecks, everything. I told him, and that's a kid that can't read. I still got reading problems to this day. Look, bro, like to this day, dog, I can't. Like, it's a true story. I'm not embarrassed about it, though. I'm public about it. You know what I'm saying? I face my fear, dog. I face my fear, and that's why I'm doing this special ed kid album, bro. Like, it's gonna bring more awareness to it that you could do whatever you want, bro, no matter what type of limitation you got. But when I reached out to him, you know, it's also saying, you know, I was this kid from the gutter. Like, my favorite, you know, I grew up with hand-me-down clothes. I never had, you know, it was my brother's brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had hand-me-down clothes, and I think my story inspired him so much that he wrote me over 5 pages. And that's rare for a little fan. You know what I'm saying? That fans write them all day long, right? But something about my story inspired him, and he wrote me. And I'm gonna tell you something else too. Like, and I know everyone has different backgrounds religiously and all this different stuff. But earlier, you know how I told you how I was having a horrible day when he called me for the first time he hired me for What If It Were You music video. So even though I grew up to SPM music and all that stuff and DopeHouse Records, as I'm in the plane, I'm thinking, like, it kind of just hit me, like, fuck, a fucking dude from prison's fucking flying me out, dog. Like, it just kind of hit me, you know? And I just did a quick little prayer, you know, like, hey, God, you know, take care of me while I'm going to Houston. I've never been to Houston, you know what I'm saying? God, please protect me, you know? Bro, when I'm done with my prayer, bro, I'm telling you right now, I swear to God, I look out my window, and it looks like thousands of angels were following me, bro. And I took a picture of it. You want to see it? You want to see that shit? It doesn't look like thousands of angels on my fucking phone, dog, on this picture, but you can make it out. You can make that shit out, dog. And it looked like thousands. And look, when SPM finally hired me, I just finished playing Jesus. You know I play Jesus, right? That's me as Jesus, dog. I went to Houston looking like Jesus. They cut my hair over there. They cut my hair while I was looking like Jesus, dog. Look at that. Look at that. I had long hair like that when I got to H-Town. I looked like Jesus when I got there to play fucking SPM, dog. You didn't know that? True story. I showed up to Houston looking like Jesus, dog. They cut my hair. Payne and his nephew Blaine, they did a little, when they cut my hair, they did a little behind the scenes.
Where did they cut your hair at?
They took me to some spot in Baytown. That's when they did the Southside fade, bro. And then Payne was barbecuing, so I was outside getting a little tan, dog. My head was all white, dog, from like fucking long ass hair, you know. But look, bro, I'm gonna show you the what I seen was thousands of angels in this picture. It doesn't look like thousands, but you can make it out. Look, this was in 2014 when I put it September 10th, 2014. You see it? True story, dog. That's when I did What If It Were You. True story, dog. So, like, you know, everyone has different religions and all this stuff, bro, but if you ask me, I think God somehow put me together with SPM. Even though right now it's a bumpy road, you know, like I don't know who's gonna play SPM in the movie in the future right now. I don't know. If he blesses me, great. If he doesn't, I'll still support 100% what Carlos does. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Yep. Thank you. So that's a pretty cool story, no?
So what was the first time Texas trip was like?
My first time? So who picked me up? Trey? You know who Trey? Fucking Tootie's son picked me up, and I got off the plane. He was gonna smoke me out, but I don't smoke, so I don't smoke no more. You know, so he goes, "Hey, you want to hit this?" I'm like, "Oh no, I'm cool." Then he dropped me off at some hotel in Baytown. And I guess I got instructions to meet up with Blaine and Payne the next day, which to me was a trip. Because you know how they took me to go get a haircut? I had long Jesus hair still, right? So I go to, they take me, so I'm chilling with Payne, obviously, over there in Baytown, right? And to me it was a trip because I didn't even know he was a producer to He's a Bird, He's a Plane, which is my favorite song. So now he's barbecuing, hooked me up with some food, and I'm outside getting the tan because my head was all white, you know. I couldn't fucking be SPM with a fucking, you know, he's motherfucking, you know, white ass fucking head and shit. So I'm out there with my Southside fade, standing in the sun like this, and I'm just tripping out like, what the fuck? How the fuck am I hanging out with the producer of, you know? And I know you know him, so to you it's just normal, you know. But I'm just thinking like, how the fuck am I hanging out with the producer of my favorite song? And he's cooking for me. He's barbecuing some badass food, you know? So it was a good experience for me the first time I went to H-Town. I didn't get to do no sightseeing. It was all business. It was all work, you know? It was cool that picture that everyone loves where I look like SPM. Actually, one thing I don't like about that picture is that they think it's SPM. Like, and it's me. No, like that's cool and all, but also too, as an artist, I want people to know it's me. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing about the picture. I like. If anyone has it, they don't think it's me. So, like, I obviously want to get some credit on my work. You know what I'm saying? So everyone thinks it's actually SPM in that picture. So it's a great picture. That was the first time on the What If It Were You music video, and I sell that picture too. You know, I sell the 8x10s right now. I'm gonna blow it up pretty soon on 18x24 and start slanging that too. But that's the only thing, like I'm probably gonna do the purple one where it gives the credit, like, you know, Pablo Nunez at South Park Mexican, What If It Were You music video, so people know it's an actor, that it's not him, you know.
So how it feel being on the video with over 1 million views?
Dude, that thing's almost at 6 million views right now. It feels great. It wasn't my favorite SPM song, and that's not knocking everyone. I know that. You know, I think Payne produced that one too, right? And he's actually the hook on it. It's not knocking anyone. It's not knocking anyone. It's not my favorite SPM song. That's just the truth. But I know a lot of people love that song. Everyone has different connections to everyone's music. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could have done my favorite song. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it is what it is. It gave me a title. It gave me a name, and it honestly blessed me. You know, I give credit when credit's due, and the reality is, the only reason I'm rapping is because of SPM. I was just gonna be an actor, and he kind of just started whispering in my ear, "Hey, consider rapping and all that shit." And I thought, "Fuck, at my age, dog."
So have you and SPM ever collabed on any songs?
We never have. Yeah, we freestyled a lot on the phone. Yeah, we freestyled.
Has he ever written anything for you?
He written something for me one time to do at a poetry night. That's it. That's what I have. So he written something for me to do at a poetry night that I was going to one time out here in LA. So I was gonna present it. I actually, because a lot of this poetry night. It was actually organized by Richard. How do you say his last name? Cabral or whatever.
Carmona?
Right now he's on the Mayans, on the TV show The Mayans, and he was doing this cool open nights. My open mics where you do open poetry. And me and Carlos knew I was going there, and he goes, "I'm gonna do a little poem for you to do." And I was gonna say, "Oh, this is by Carlos Coy, blah blah SPM," and I was gonna present it, but it just kind of never happened actually, because it just started kind of. I think they stopped doing it or something by the time I got the letter. But there was actually a point too where I was supposed to move to Texas, and I actually did go over there. I took packed up my shit and I went over there, and some things happened where I had to come back, family things, a death in the family and all that shit. And but the goal Carlos had with me, which I let him down. I'm gonna be honest with you, I let him down. So maybe I don't know. Maybe he's like, "Fuck, Pablo didn't come through," But he wanted me to. He wanted to be a ghostwriter for me at one point. He goes, "I'm gonna blow you up. It's gonna be a DopeHouse thing. I'm gonna be a ghostwriter." And it could probably change my life, but I didn't do it, and maybe I missed my chance, But after that, this is before the kids were older. So I think he did what he was gonna do with me, like with JD, Carly, and everyone, But he was gonna be my ghostwriter and put me out and all this shit. And I kind of dropped the. I did drop the ball. I did drop the ball. I fucking said, you know what? I'm gonna bounce, and I bounced. I came back. Yeah. So it probably could have been something really, really big for me.
So was there any reason that you bounced specifically?
No, it was actually family issues. My mom had nowhere to live. She fucking, it was all that, and she needed financial support and all that stuff, and her sister passed away. And it was just kind of things like I have to come over here and handle shit over here in LA, And family first, bro. At the end of the day, in my eyes, and you know what? Maybe everything happens for a reason, because with that not happening, it kind of forced me to do my own music, and I had to learn how to produce. I had to learn how to engineer on my own, and now I'm doing my own stuff that's all written by me, and I'm proud of it, and I own it. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I think everything happens for a reason. I'm confident that Carlos is somehow going to work with me in the future still, whether it's with music or acting, But I'm happy that I'm actually an artist now, a music artist, because I'm not doing it for anyone. I don't give a fuck about the fame or the popularity. I already been popular, bro. I already been all that, bro. I already fucking been pussy flipped over 100 bitches, dog. I already had all that. I'm doing it for me. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying?
So what made you use the name Pablo Nunez?
That's my real name. Let me ask you a question. Did you know that was my real name or no? Did you think it was a nickname? I'm just curious. No, because, I notice people, and this has nothing to do with, I notice people in the black community, they always think it's a nickname. I don't know why. But it's my real name, I don't know. Does it sound like Pablo Escobar or something, I don't know. But it's my real name. Nunez is from my dad, and Pablo was my grandfather's fucking name for sure.
So what you working on currently, right now?
So I'm working on Special Ed Kid, which you're featured on that shit. You're featured on that shit. You get down on that shit, and you're gonna get fucking down in that shit, man. I mean, I love it. I really don't care if it goes nowhere or not. As long as I'm happy with it, that's all that matters,
What made you name it Special Ed Kid?
Well, I was in special ed from 5th grade to graduation, And the reason I'm being bold about it is because I'm being confident about it, letting people know they could be confident about their insecurity. Because sometimes we hide this shit and it kills us. When we hide our insecurities, it limits us from moving further in our life. So when you're open about it and you can talk about it, you could go really far in your life. So, yeah, that's the reason.
So when should we expect the Special Ed?
Storytelling.
When should we expect it to come out?
I'm hoping by June, July. I'm working on it now. I'm working on that shit now. When you guys bounce, dog, I'm going to be in the studio all day. Honestly, I couldn't sleep last night because I was just listening to what you laid down. And by the way, man, if people seen your work ethic, because people know Rashid, but I don't think they know the work ethic, of how you work and how fast you will get something done. You are a professional and you get the job done and you get it done right, And I'm inspired as an artist seeing someone like you at your level, work, like I learned so much. Little do you know, I learned so much by watching you lay down those verses you did. Even for that other guy too. You know, that other verse, you sold a few verses this weekend. And just seeing how fast you work and how professional and how good the lyrics are, to me, it's I'm impressed. I'm impressed, and it makes me like think like shit. Like I know we as artists we shouldn't compare ourselves, but it makes me think like, damn, like I'm not at that level. You know what I'm saying? I'm not at that level. You know?
So will you ever work with that guy again?
Which is you? Motherfucking yeah, dog. Hell, motherfucking yeah, dog.
My bad. I'm gonna edit that.
Hell, motherfucking
okay.
yeah.
So how did the world get in touch with Pablo? How do we find you?
Well, you know, I'm mainly active right now on Instagram. It's Pablo Time. So ITSPABLOTIME. It's Pablo Time. And yeah, it's Pablo Time. That's that little scene started in my rollerblading days when I was telling you a little story about that earlier. When I was a skater, I fucking used to watch Power Rangers. It's Morphin Time, and I was like, hey, it's Pablo Time. You know what I'm saying? That's where it started. Fucking Pablo Time, dog. So, yeah.
So we got one more question. So, you know, we got the thing with the social media,
yeah,
streaming and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How do you compare the new wave of selling music to the
so
old school
I'm glad
wave?
you asked that question, man. Like, so, right now what PRs do, they make you look bigger than life, you know? And everyone right now, you might see them having thousands or hundreds of thousands of streams, but it's all fake. You buy that shit, you pay $20, you'll have hundreds of thousands of streams that makes you look popular, you know? And I don't invest in that, bro. If you look at my streams aren't high. But what I know for a fact deep down inside, that my posters are everywhere. Like, I'm always at the flea markets making sure I'm doing signatures, selling CDs, and giving out posters with my CDs. So to add to what you're saying right now, I'm making sure I'm doing the footwork. I'm making sure it really gets done. Because right now, even the big labels right now are buying streams and making it look bigger than life, even when you're not. Because I understand the concept. It attracts people when it looks like you're someone bigger. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not desperate for fans. I'm not in it for the fame, which I don't mind it because it'll make me money, residual on my own product, on my brand, right? So I'm not closed-minded to having a lot of fans. But I'm willing to work fan by fan, gain them one by one. I don't know if you know who Jenny Rivera is. She's from Playa Larga, Long Beach over here. She passed away, rest in peace. I know her dad, Pedro Rivera. Shout out Pedro Rivera, I know her dad. One thing she said on one of her interviews was that when she started, she just worried about that one fan that showed up. And then it turned into two. And then, you're laughing because we were talking about earlier. Rivera, she pretty much was worried about that one fan, then two fans, then three fans, five fans. So next thing you know, she goes, next thing you know, I just had all these fans, but I just worried about the 5 that showed up, the 6 that showed up, and I just focused on them, and it just grew, you know? And you know what, that's what I focus on, the people that show me love right now, like, and that's probably a problem to me, because and I shouldn't even say this, but it's the truth. If they know my lyrics, bro, I can't charge them, bro. Like, that's what I do, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need to be, but at the same time, I'm going to tell you something. Like, a fan the other day, I told him, I'm going to hook you up. And he goes, you know what he told me? He goes, you know what, Pablo, I know the work it takes. I'm going to give you extra. Bro, like, I sold him something that was only like $10 worth. And that motherfucker, what was it, Venmo'd me like fucking a little over $100. Yeah, I'm like, bro. And he goes, no. He goes, I got the money, bro, and I know what it's like when it's an artist. I want to support. I want to give you. Please don't reject it. I'm like, oh shit. And he goes, next time you're in Texas, he's an SPM fan, you know. He goes, next time you're in Texas, you got a place to stay and you got a place to shoot in my ranch because he shoots guns. He goes, I'm a big shooter. I just started this fucking, I forgot if it's an ammo business or something. He's like, you could come over here and shoot all day long. We'll try different guns and all this different shit. So like, it's really cool, the doors that open up, and sometimes you give a little bit, but you get a lot from different fans, because there's other people, I could tell you other stories that give me more than they're supposed to. Always, and it's kind of like a blessing by God, you know? So I appreciate those people, and I appreciate anyone that really pays attention to what I'm doing. And if you don't know about my music right now, it's Pablo Nunez on all platforms. And I do it for me. If you love it, great. If you don't, it's all good. I got something coming up with Rashid. Everything's storytelling in my music, and I think anyone could appreciate it.
Here we go, y'all. Pablo Nunez, you know what I'm saying? We'll be checking out his music. ZLIST Films.
Yeah, I'm actually enjoying it more than acting right now. I ain't gonna lie. And the reason I like it because I feel like albums are like little movies. You own the little like you own your product. Because eventually I'm gonna make movies, but right now I don't like the movie I want to make, bro. It's gonna cost more than a music album. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna do it right when I do it. First of all, you know, I'm gonna do it right when I do. By the way, what you think of the Hillwood Hustlers little clip I did?
I like it.
You liked it? Want to know how I shot it? I purposely shot it on this phone. Purposely shot it on here to show people what they could do with an iPhone. I swear.
There you go, iPhone endorsed that, man.
Could have I shot it on a 5D or in a good camera? Yes, I have friends with all those cameras, but I just wanted to show you the world what you could do with an iPhone. So imagine when I make a movie, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna happen. I did the editing, I did everything on it, I directed it, everything. My homie that works at FedEx was holding this phone. I just told him where to hold it. That's it. He's not a film photographer or anything. I just told him, okay, I want you to hold it here, blah, blah, blah. He works at FedEx. Nothing about the film business, you know? So that's how we shot Hillwood Hustlers, that little clip right there. And the reason I did that clip was actually for the Mexican Lives tour. It was just like a promo to get people excited for the tour. We only think I did one show. That's the one we performed at, which I'm glad we performed in that one, you know? So, but that's why I did that video, like just to promote, you know? So, yeah.
Pablo Nunez, y'all. You got it. ZLIST Films right here, baby.
Yeah.